start with the prayer, please. Silent prayer. Thank you, friends. Okay, now, so last time we thought we can spend some time on your question answers. Any one of you, if you're carrying some question answers, we can start with that. So I will leave the floor open. If there are any questions, queries, we can have a little dialogue and discussion on it. So even if it is you're not question, but that be part of the whole exercise. Every question could be my question too. Okay. So who's going to start with the question so that we can have a dialogue over it?
Sir, me, sir.
Okay.
So,
Tell me, Chandra.
2 days back also, I told you my doubts.
Yeah.
So I need a little more explanation or clarification regarding that super intelligence, because so many years I crossed my life without any relation or without any trying to contact that super intelligence or God. Throughout my life, I lived without no God. There is no any God, only that supernatural is there. So I crossed my entire life with that thought only. Suddenly my intention slightly changed. So there is a superpower. Definitely there must be something power is there. So I try to understand that. So that still I may not getting a proper connection with that God. So we feel that little bit more explanation to connect with the God. If you give some explanation, the other connection details, it's better, sir.
Okay, so I will. I got your question raised, but I'm sure during this session today, it could be answered as the session moves forward. Before that, Chandra, it does not matter whether you call it God or whether you don't call it God. It does not matter whether you call it nature or whether you call it anything else. As long as you feel it, it is important. The feeling of that energy, feeling of that vibration, feeling of that spirit is important. That's why in today's context, we normally say a spiritual evolution or a spiritual life. The word spiritual itself came from spirit. Spirit means energy. Okay. That's why when I say signs of God, I repeatedly say, let's not worry about God. Let's not talk much about God. It does not matter at all. It is only for an understanding a word has been given. It is not necessary. We had given an example of mother itself. So you can call by any name, whether you call it by the name or not, it will still remain there. The energy, the Chandra, you say nature. Supernature, what word did you use?
Supernature.
Supernature. Okay, fine. You believe there is a nature?
Yeah, supernature.
You believe the nature is taking care of things around?
Yes, sir.
But nature is also taking care of you also?
Yes.
Is good enough. So it means if anything which is taking care, it is an energy. It is an energy?
Yes, energy.
Okay. So the energy, you should just focus on am I experiencing that energy inside me?
That too not yet, sir.
Yeah, so it's okay. No, see, I give you one beautiful example of if there is a magnet
Mm.
and magnet is covered with a lot of dust and all that.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so have a little patience. So our sadhana of purifying this mind is the question mark. What we are supposed to do is purify our mind and remove all the unwanted dust which we have accumulated during our growing up in this life. Now that impurities or that dust which we have gathered on ourselves needs to be cleansed and removed. Okay, so let's focus on that part. So if you say that you are not able to experience it, one of the reason could be that, okay, even believing any information without questioning is also an impurity. Somebody said something and I have taken it inside, and inside mind it has become another force which very silently say there is no God, which silently says there is no God. When you were born, you didn't have this information. This information was superimposed on you. Look, I'm just saying, can you say there is no energy? Can you say there is no supernature?
We cannot, sir.
No.
I cannot.
So you just replace the word God by supernature. So just start feeling the supernature, whatever you believe in. Okay, so you don't worry about whether you call it God or not. So my only way forward could be, no, let me only find a way out. How can I feel that supernature? Is it clear, Chandra?
Clear, sir.
Yes. So your focus should be, don't worry about kadavale irunda illa.
Yeah. Okay.
But for you, for your understanding, supernature irukku. Idhadan porom. That is enough.
Okay.
What name you call it does not matter. It will not get upset with you whether you call it by that name or other name. Energy can't get upset. Energy's nature is only to flow. The supernature energy is, you are being surrounded by that energy. Actually, you are into that energy, but you are not able to feel it, but yourself is covered with so much of your knowledge, so much of so-called the dust or the whatever you can call it. So moment that cleansing happens, you will slowly and steadily start feeling those vibrations inside you.
Okay.
And that's how we have to move forward.
Okay, sir.
Don't worry about God, don't worry about Krishna, don't worry about Rama, nothing, it does not matter.
Mm.
Okay? Yeah. Anybody else?
No, Bhaiya, thank you.
Ravi, Balaji, Ajit? Anybody before I move forward?
Sir, I'm good with this answer, sir. I believe in God, sir.
Yeah, it's okay, fine. See what
Yeah,
you,
it's okay, fine. See what you,
why my sound is echoing?
why my sound is echoing?
Is my sound echo?
No, not. We are not good. We are
Yes,
getting problem.
your sound is echoing.
See,
Yes.
Balaji, what you are saying and what Chandra is saying are both same things. Only thing is, you are okay with the name called God. Chandra calls that by supernature.
Okay.
Understand? There is no difference at all.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Okay? So don't get into this confusion of whether it is God, whether it is no God. But there is energy, there is a vibration. That vibration keeps you alive. That vibration goes into you, comes out of you. With that vibration only, with that vibration alone, everything is rises, everything falls. Everything is sustained and destroyed by the same vibration. Okay, so both of you are right.
Okay, sir. Understood, sir.
Yes, only thing you call by different names. Yeah, anybody else? Ajit?
Yes, Manjit. I have something that needs to be clarified. It's been a
Tell me.
question for quite long. When we say God is all about love and is all about giving love, why does He take innocent lives by making natural calamities like floods, tsunamis and all that? Why so innocent lives have been taken when God is all about love?
I don't know the answer. I haven't become that intelligent to question the Creator. Who is creating the flood? Who is creating the floods in Chennai?
Human, man.
Who is blocking the natural flow of the water?
We.
Ajit?
Yes.
Yeah. So always remember, everything moves on a fulcrum of cause and effect. Cause and effect. Let me tell you, because I'm not talking to a common public. I'm not talking to a mass. What I'm going to speak to you will not make any sense to the mass. Because you are a few close friend of mine, let me tell you, God does nothing. God is not going to do anything, because God is a pure energy. Now it is left to the nature and the humanity how you will use that energy. Take an example of electricity. Electricity has no choice. Electricity doesn't say, no, I want to flow only through the air conditioner and I want to throw only through the light. So whichever instrument you connect with the nature, with the electricity will get manifested in the way you want it to be manifested. Am I little clear?
Clear,
Yes, sir.
clear.
Yes.
Excuse me, Bhaiya, then why do people say whatever happens, it happens on the wishes of God, with the wishes of God? It's God's wish.
It is, I will put it this way. Morning also I was thinking, anything wrong you are going to do, God has nothing to do with it. But anything good you want to do, let me tell you my clear understanding. Unless you have the sanction of God, you cannot do it. So, yes, whatever happens with the sanction of God. But God is just a natural phenomena. Now, Rama,
Yes, Bhaiya.
suppose there
Yes,
is
Bhaiya.
a naked wire of electricity and you go and touch it. What will happen to you?
Shock.
Once again, Bhaiya, I didn't.
Now, once suppose there is a naked wire of electricity and you go and fiddle with it, what will happen
Yes.
to you?
I will get an electric shock.
Yeah, so who is responsible? The electricity is responsible?
Me?
Huh?
No, me only. Because I
Yeah, so
already knew the
electricity
wire
is
is
not going
leaking.
to do anything to
No,
you. Neither the God is going to do
Yes,
anything to
yes.
you. It is left to you how you want to use that cosmic energy called God, and your actions only will give you the result. It is, yes, for people who don't understand this beauty of the law of karma. Because I will tell you, Rama, nobody wants to take a responsibility of whatever is happening to them. We want a escape route. So for a poor person who can't think that clearly, so we give him a little balm. Yes, whatever is happening by the sanction of God. So, if this is taken blindly, then nobody will do any action. So action is going to be the prerogative of a man. What is the outcome of that action is going to be decided by the law of the karma. Today we are going to touch on the law of karma. Today I will be speaking, if the time permits, on something very powerful. One of the shlokas of Gita. I'm going to elaborate on that. Yeah, tell me, Chandra.
Sir, that is all good happenings cannot be happened without sanction of God.
Yes.
But all bad things happening is not responsible for the God. I need little bit explanation, sir.
Okay. Somewhere I was reading and I have a deep conviction when I say, thy will be done. Thy will be done. God, yours will be done. Okay. Now then you say, actions are mine, but those actions must be sanctioned by you. Now, whatever my understanding is, whatever limited understanding we may have of the term called God, can God ever sanction my wrong actions, my negative actions, my actions which are not good for anybody other than me? Will the God ever sanction those actions?
Not possible.
No. Okay. Okay. Now there is a possibility that my good actions could be sanctioned by God.
Yes, possibility.
There I say, when I am in the mode of doing something good, I also want approval of those actions by God.
But yes, God cannot stop that bad activity by us.
Yeah, God can one day make you become aware that what you are doing is not right. Morning I was talking to Kiran, who wrote the Ramayana?
Valmiki.
Valmiki. Okay. No, Valmiki was a dacoit. He was a thief.
Oh.
He was killing so many people. So how come a man who was doing such a bad karmas evolved himself to that level where he writes Ramayana? So there is a possibility for a man who has fallen to rise. Okay, so that's how I don't take whatever I'm saying blindly. I want you to question it. So I personally feel when I am going to play a dirty game, my pure conscience, my cosmic nature, my super nature is not going to be part of it, because my understanding is the super nature is eternal love. The super nature is eternal peace. The super nature is eternal beauty. The super nature is eternal bliss. Okay? So if anything good I want to do, I strongly believe you need a partner called supernature
God.
for Chandra and God for Balaji.
Okay.
Is it clear?
Clear, sir.
Yes. Anybody?
Sir, I have one question, sir.
Tell me, Balaji.
Sir, can we have to believe in fate or something, sir?
No,
Fate, what
I-
about opinion about fate, sir?
No, I think you are not part of the initial discussions.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
We have defined the fate and luck in a very beautiful manner.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Balaji, the
Yeah.
definition of luck is very simple, very beautifully given by a great psychologist called Dale Carnegie.
Hmm.
He says luck is nothing but the meeting point of your alertness and all the opportunities passing by. I repeat,
Yeah.
luck is nothing but the meeting point of your alertness and all the opportunities passing by. Who will choose the opportunity? You.
Yes.
Yes. So who will write your fate? Who will make you lucky?
Myself.
Your actions.
Yeah.
It's only your actions we are going to talk about.
Okay.
As I told you, I'm talking to 5-6 people in front of me.
Yes, sir.
For a world outside, they all need some kind of a hope, some kind of a balm. I strongly believe people are very weak in taking responsibility that whatever is happening to their own life, they are the architect of all the things which are happening to them.
Yes.
We are very poor. We don't have a courage to take the responsibility of what is happening to us. All the time, we are only blaming and complaining the world is responsible. Unless we as a human being become courageous to understand and take it that I am responsible for my good, I am responsible for my bad. I am responsible for my bad luck, I am responsible for my good luck. Is it clear?
Very clear, sir.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Sir, then it is a wrong theory by our Hindu religion. Hello?
What do they say?
So that our Hindu religion says all our life is pre-written by God. So
Yeah.
that we call it is a fate. So from childhood we are hearing this. So our Hindu culture says this. Then how you will give clarification, sir?
Now, where it is written? Did you read it?
No reading by hearing only.
Yes, go and read it first.
Hmm.
If you read the Gita, nowhere Krishna says it. See, never believe whatever anybody says. You must go and get your first-hand experience. Read a scripture yourself. Ask somebody, which book did you read? Did you ask that person which book it is written?
No, sir. So only hearing by our fathers or grandfathers like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We should always question it. It's better you go and find a scripture where it is written. And always keep it in mind. Most of the scriptures are written by a man. A man is not perfect. Okay, so many people have come and given their own ideas every now and then. Okay, so
Okay, sir.
I don't want you to believe in whatever you're saying
Okay.
or whatever somebody else told you, unless you see that text itself. Then the beauty of Sanatana Dharma is you have a freedom to believe it, you have freedom not to believe it.
Okay, sir.
Okay, if you don't believe it, don't follow it.
Okay.
That's the beauty of the whole scriptures we have, which have been given to us. If you don't go to the temple, will anybody punish you?
No.
Nobody will punish you. If you do your fasting or not, will anybody punish you? No. The beauty of the Hinduism or Sanatana Dharma, which religion which we normally follow, man is given the complete freedom. That's why our scriptures always say, use your intelligence. We have been always encouraged to question things. Okay, so you must never accept anything blindly. You must always question it. That's the beauty of the text which has been given to us. Have you read Tirukural?
Yes.
Read Tirukural again and find it out whether a saint is talking about whatever you are saying. Is it written in it?
No, I think.
Yes. So that is the most, almost 2000-year-old text, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, it's 2000 years old.
Yes. Read every Tirukural and find out what saint is talking about. If what you are saying is written in this, you question it. Okay, and never believe anybody and never believe anything unless you have your own first-hand experience.
Okay,
Is it clear?
clear, sir.
Yes. Anybody else?
One doubt,
Tell me, Ravi.
during this journey, I've been watching people in poverty or people who are grown up very well. End of the day, when they have any issues, they go to the temple and they say, go to this particular temple, you'll be okay.
Yeah.
So how do we relate this to God as well as to on our day-to-day living?
Okay, so what is your doubt?
Why we once we are comfortable, we go to temple. If we have fear, we go to temple. And with the people in the neighborhood, they say if you go to this particular temple, things will be okay.
Okay.
So what is the reason of going to the temple then?
Okay. So under what situation somebody may tell you that? What situation somebody could be when somebody says, okay, you go to this temple, things may become okay.
Some, yeah, tell.
Tell Ravi.
When you are in a comfortable stage also, you go to temple and you thank God.
Yes.
When you are in a misery or unstable mind, you go to temple and ask for clarity, and you ask for help. Why?
Big sound is happening. Okay. There is something called hope. Hope, H-O-P-E. When you are into that state of affairs or that state of mind or that state of a situation where you feel things are not okay, things are not working, you are in constantly your mind is in what state? Okay. Now the mind is in a constant churning. Mind is in a constant dialogue mode. In that situation, what your mind will be talking? Why things are not working? Why it happens to me all the time? Why God is not kind to me? Why the world is always cheating me? Why I'm treating like that? So there is a tendency of a lot of negativity which goes on in your mind. There is a possibility you are into a negative trap. Okay, no, there's some kind of a habit gets formed. Okay, now under that situation, that cycle of the habit needs to be broken. And then somebody may say, it's like a change of place. It's a change of place. So you are sitting in a one particular place and scientifically know it very well, and negative thoughts will create a negative energy, and you will not start feeling comfortable in that space. And the possibility that if you move out from that place to another place, it's not that everybody has to go to temple only. Somebody can even go, and a person like Chandra may say, okay, I will go to the forest and sit there for some time. Or I may go to the beach and be in touch with the nature. Okay, so you are advised, it's okay, Baba, you are sitting over there, take a little break, get up from here. So in that mode, you have become a very lethargic, very tamasic in nature, very negative energy is moving around you, up and down. So you are being given a push to move yourself from a state of inertia, from a state of tamas to the where you can start being a rajasic, where you can do some action, some work. So you need to be put back on a process of doing some work. Okay. Now, how to motivate you? The only motivation is, Ravi, okay, let's do it. It will help some way or the other. Okay. Now, if you don't want to be constantly living in that state of a negativity, you may say, okay, I lose nothing. What do I lose? Okay, let me try. I will have a small outing. Okay, so you go to the temple. Okay, now tell me, invariably in temple, what kind of energy you may find?
Positive energy.
Yes, even though people are crying many times and cribbing, God give me this, God give me this, God give me this, still there is a hope in the whatever they're asking. The hope is a positive energy. At least they have a feeling, if they go and break 100 coconuts, they have a feeling, if they go and put a big mala on the Shiva, they have a feel, they feel it, it will happen. They have a hope. Now that hope spreads a positive energy. So when you move to that place, depending upon how deeply you have trained yourself, the positive energy will have a little brushing on you.
Okay.
It will touch you somewhere or the other. So if you are deep into it, if you're overflowing with a lot of negativity inside, with whatever has happened, okay, so you may visit that place maybe more often times. But there is a possibility that when you go to a space which has a lot of hope, let's not talk about whether it is right or wrong, it's a different story. Okay, but then somebody goes to temple, he's always having hope. If something wonderful happens, God will listen to me. So there is a tremendous amount of a positive energy. Ravi, you have experienced it when you went to Ramana Ashram.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And you had a very little time to spend there.
It's hardly 1 hour.
Yes. Imagine if you go and spend there 3-4 days constantly sitting there. So that is one of the reasons that we are told, yes, okay, go to the temple.
Okay.
Okay. So that you move from a negative space to the positive space. Okay. And that positive energy will certainly touch you. Because energy is everywhere. That's why certain temples have a tremendous amount of energy. You go to Kapileshwara and stand in front of a Shiva. If you're very sensitive, to the energy, you may go to the trance. So as I was explaining Chandra, Suppose I'm covered with so much of a mud, I may not feel the trance, but certainly that energy slowly and steadily will start breaking that mud which is being covered. And one fine day, that mud will be removed, and then you will start experiencing that pulsation of the energy. Please keep it in mind. We are only talking about energy,
Yes.
flow of energy.
Okay.
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 Yeah, Ravi, anything else?
I'll again come back to you.
Yeah. So again, I repeat, don't believe what I'm saying. I'm only sharing my own experiences. I'm going by what I understand. It's a pure flow of energy. It's only a flow of energy. Okay. Imagine I am an instrument. I'm an instrument which needs to be plugged with a socket. Okay, but there is my instrument, one wire is being cut. So energy flow will not happen. So we have to develop that little self-effort that I must maintain that connection. I must see to it my wires are not snapped, my wires are not cut. It's not that we should go to temple only when we are going through bad times. We must certainly go to the temple even when good times are happening, so that you leave your positive energy there and say, thank you, God, for such a wonderful life. Because I strongly believe without the sanction of God, okay, nothing can actually happen. You need a grace. You need a blessing. A blessing in what form? Only when you can get connected, the flow will be there. When there is no connection, flow will not be there. Thank you, God, for this healthy body, that I'm able to maintain the connection. Thank you, God, for a very sharp intelligence, that I'm able to maintain the connection. So even when you're in a good times, you must always visit temples. At least just thank you very much. Because without that grace, goodness is very far away. Any other questions?
Manjit, initial days, why these temples was built, Manjit?
Pardon?
Temples, why they built temples in ancient times? Initial days, why? What is the purpose of building temples?
I have to think a little deep on that.
Okay.
I won't be able to answer now. I will understand it well. I don't want to cook up any story and tell you right now.
Okay, Manjit.
Okay, but I will tell you, have you visited any South Indian temples?
Yes, Manjit.
Which temple have you visited?
Madurai Meenakshi Amman Temple.
Madurai Meenakshi. Okay, have you seen the pillar of a Madurai Meenakshi temples?
Yes.
What is the height of the pillar?
More than 20, 30.
It's a single stone?
Single or multi? I
No,
don't think.
most of the Madurai temple stones are single stones.
Okay.
Okay. No, have you seen the carving on them?
Yes.
Okay. And if somebody has to do a carving on the stone, what should be his motivation?
They want to retain something or convey. They want to convey, no, sir?
Yeah. So I want to think over it, visit the temple again.
Sure.
Now, those temples took hundreds of years to build. Hundreds of years. And that is a pure granite. On a granite stone, you just go and see the carving done on those stones. Okay? So how much patience was there? How much love was there? How much dedication was there? How much compassion was there when the carving was happening on those stones? Understand?
Yes.
So it could be reasons that yes, man should be occupied in doing something beautiful. If you read the scriptures, somewhere it says Sat Chit Ananda. Okay, and the word Shiva itself means beautiful. Okay, nobody has seen the God, but somewhere it is said God is beautiful. If God is beautiful, the God's place also must be beautiful. Okay, so the pillar is also made beautiful. It is just to express the person's deep desire to experience the beauty outside the person. The scripture says God is beautiful. Shiva is beautiful. The God is eternal peace. God is eternal bliss. Now, how can you experience eternal peace and eternal bliss? You can experience only inside you. You can't experience outside you. So somewhere, I'm a creative mind, so I'm only creatively thinking what could be the reason. The reason is, can I express the beauty inside me into a stone? Okay, now before the pillar was made, what was the pillar? Is an ugly looking rock.
Yes.
Okay, now is it ugly now?
No, it's beautiful.
It's beautiful. From where did the beauty come?
From inside.
Yes. Okay, now could be an exercise that can I be in touch with the eternal beauty inside me? And man went into this sadhana and exercise of being in touch with the eternal beauty inside. And before the stone started carving, he had to visualize how the stone has to be carved. Where was the visualization done? Outside or inside?
Inside.
Yes. So it could have been a wonderful exercise. Yes, we say it is eternal peace. We say it is eternal beauty. We say it is eternal bliss. But can you experience it inside you and express it outside you? So I will look at most of these temples are the highest state of beauty of a human mind expressed in the form of a hard stone. It could have been an exercise for a man to experience the eternal beauty inside. So temples could have been made.
Yes, sir. Got it, sir.
This is my understanding. Because I am a creative mind, I will always think in a creative manner.
Okay.
Now, have you visited Shiva temple in Tanjore?
Yes, yes, Manjit.
What is the name of the temple?
Tanjavur temple.
Big temple, big temple.
Big temple, yes.
Okay. There is a huge, on the top of the temple, there is a huge rock, round rock.
80 tons.
80 tons. Now tell me, so many 100 years, how did they take that stone on top of it?
Yeah, they build a big ramp over there
Yes.
for
So
kilometers.
It was, yes, I am out of the eternal power. Human mind and human beings are scooped from the God. God has all the power. Let us see me as a human being, how much power I can bring inside me. So it was a challenge taken. The 80 ton, can it be taken on top? Understood? It was basically to experience what is in God that must be experienced inside you. To experience God inside you, all the great structures in the name of God were built. And then in the temple inside, the God's small statue was kept. It was to express the man's eternal power, eternal beauty, eternal peace, eternal excellence, to express what God is. Am I clear?
Yes.
Yes, Manjit.
Yeah. Any other question? Isha, is there anything you have?
No, but I don't have. I'm asking Ravi actually.
Okay, fine. So can we move forward?
Sure, sir.
Can we move forward?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Today, again, I won't be able to touch on the science of God, but I will touch on a very important subject which I wanted to talk. It is called self-actualization. Self-actualization. And there is a word called self, there's a word called actualization. Okay, now this self can be taken from two contexts. One context is from psychological self, where S is a lowercase. One self is psychological self, which we, in a very crude manner, we say egoistic self. Psychological self. One is actualization of that self. Okay, now that self-actualization is when this body is absolutely healthy. Now, how can I actualize something? Even in my material world, when I say the psychological self and actualization of that psychological self, we are talking about this world. The worldly success, worldly glory, worldly whatever you talk about. For that, my physical being should be healthy. My mind should be healthy. My intellect must be healthy. Now, can you do something wonderful? Can you really experience great success if your body is not healthy? If your mind is not focused and sharp? And if your discriminative intelligence is weak? Yes, for us to do the self-actualization in this context, we must work on these three parts of our life. One is a physical being, one is a mental evolution, and then a intellectual evolution. What actually, I will give an example of actualization. Suppose you have one candle, and suppose that candle you burn, and at the end of the candle being totally burned, what do you feel falling at the ground, at the bottom?
Wax.
That
Wax.
wax, liquid wax.
Yeah. Suppose there is a lot of wax which is wasted after the candle is totally burned, and then there's a lot of wax fallen on the ground. Can you say that candle was very high quality?
quality only.
No, it was not high quality. It was a poor quality. So wax had a lot of impurities.
Okay.
So the high quality candles, the highest the quality of candles, when they're burned, you will find a very little wax at the end last.
Okay.
Okay, so our life also must be actualized the same way. We call it consummation. In the first example, the wax was not consumed totally. At the end of the life of the candle, 30 to 40 or 50% of the wax got wasted. But in the second example, almost 95 to 98% wax was consumed. The life of the second candle was consummated almost totally. So we also have to look at our life. How is my life being consummated? And then here I will take a simple example of the program which I did. It was called MILT, M-I-L-T. So I'm going to explain you the beauty of self-actualization through the 4 letters called M-I-L-T, MILT. Okay? The first letter, M, signifies a word called maximization. Maximization. Can anybody say what do you mean by maximization?
Expanding.
Maximization, whatever, like the example of the candle I have given you. The second example of the candle was a candle which maximized its whole existence. It got totally used. It got totally consumed. Maximization is where this body, mind, and intellect can be used to the maximum limit. Only through that exercise, we can experience maximization of our life. That's why we spoke about, for that to happen, you must maintain a good, healthy body. You must maintain a good quality of the mind. So we are all talking about only for that exercises. I always tell you, keep a watch over your mind. Don't allow the mind to go into the trap of negativity, negative thought structure all the time. Now, how can you maximize your life if your thought structures are negative? Can your life be maximized if your thoughts are negative? Can we? We cannot. So we have a tremendous responsibility that in the process of self-actualization, we are taking an example of Milt. The first word, maximization, is important. That this life which is given to me must be consumed totally. Sometimes, how many of you have taken sugarcane juice? Sugarcane juice. Now, when you go to the person, you know, how many times he takes the sugarcane into the grind? Till it is almost dry. He is squeezing every drop of the juice from that sugarcane. That's maximization. Now, am I squeezing my energy to the maximum use? For that, I need to have a very, very healthy body. For that, I must have a very healthy mind. If my thoughts are of sickness, if my thoughts are of negativity, if my thoughts are about worry all the time, if my thoughts are only about the anger and hatred inside me, how can I use that energy in a maximized manner? Am I making sense?
Yes.
So maximization is to start with. Okay, and then I tell so many times, I have recommended some books. I don't know how many of you have picked up those books. You must always, for your mind to become sharp, you must organize at least 1 hour of your everyday in reading. Books are the frozen thoughts of the great minds. When you read a book, it helps your mind get sharpened. You start questioning things, you start contemplating things. For nothing, at least 1 hour, you have helped your mind to think away from a negative thoughts. You have brought your mind to do something positive. So please pick up a book and minimum 1 hour you must spend on reading. Now you may say, sir, I got so many work, I'm busy every here and there. But this has to be plan of your day. You have to organize yourself and dedicate for your own mental and intellectual evolution. So reading is important. Today I'm going to recommend you another book before I close. Remind me to recommend you one book before I normally tend to forget. Okay, before we close, ask me what is that book. I won't tell you right now. Okay, so maximization for our self-actualization, maximization cannot be compromised. We have looked around. Why is it that the certain people have done so much of great work in this world? No, of late, people have been talking about Adi Guru Shankaracharya. Huh? Adi Guru Shankaracharya. So what was his age when he left this world? Anybody knows?
I don't know, sir.
Anybody knows the age when he left this world?
No.
No,
He
sir.
was only 30.
Oh,
He was only 30-year-old when he left this world, left this body behind. He left his body behind in Kedarnath. And what colossal intelligence, intellect he has shared with the world. He was a genius, supermind. Understand?
Yes,
That
sir.
is the example of maximization of human life. We have heard about Swami Vivekananda.
Yes.
Yes.
sir.
What was the age when he left this world?
he also
He
very
was
young, but
He was not even 40.
Yes.
Why is it that such young people did such a wonderful work? That is the example of maximization. Now you may say, I am not Adi Guru. I am not Vivekananda. Now, who is giving you that thought? Who is stopping you?
ourselves.
Yourself, yes. Okay, that's why your mind is very, very important. The quality of your mind, the steadiness of the mind, the focused mind, dedicated mind is very important. Is it clear?
Clear.
So first word is maximization.
Yes, Priya.
Okay. Now, my master said, and I believe it 100%. For your grand life, You need just 1 or 2% of your time. If you're highly focused, if you're highly evolved, you don't need more than 5 to 10% of your daily activities. How many cars you want to run, how many houses you want to have, how much you want in this world can be easily accomplished for the man of maximization. Very easily. Okay. No, he must have a greater aspiration to squeeze himself, to do a great work. That's why Swami Vivekananda became Swami Vivekananda and Adi Guru became Adi Guru Shankaracharya. They had a grand vision and the reason to live this life. My master used to say, if you want to really prove that you are a man of maximization, the day you start earning, your 10% money should be contributed to the needy world. And then that 10% must become, then you keep the 90, give the 10 to the world. Then you go on working on maximization because your stomach is not becoming big, no. Your food intake is not going to increase. You don't need 20 houses to sleep. Okay, so to start with, 90% you keep, 10% you give. He gave an example, and when can you call that you have become a man of maximization? And then you evolve, go on working relentlessly, honestly, lovingly, totally dedicated to whatever you're working. You keep 80, give 20. You evolve more, keep 70, give 30. Evolve more, keep 60, give 40. A stage must come that you keep 10, give 90. And even that 10% which you keep, you don't know what to do with that. That is maximization. We have an example in this country. Tata Empire. Have you heard about Tata Empire?
Yes.
Tata Group?
Yes, Bhaiya.
Tata Groups, approximately 85% of the money is contributed to the social activities. They're running so much of the hospitals and the other activities. They are highly maximized corporate entity of this country. So if you want to really test yourself, test your maximization, but keep these figures in mind. A time must come, the 10% which you're holding with you, you don't know what to do. But problem is, that is possible only when I understand the difference between greed and my need. Whatever best you want in this world can be easily fulfilled even in that 10%. Absolutely possible. But problem is, your greed cannot be satisfied. So we feel insecure. How can I give it? What will happen to my tomorrow? How will happen to my future? Okay, the person who is constantly worried about what happens to me tomorrow, what happens to my future, is a man who is constantly entertaining a thought of fear, a doubt. I'm not saying blindly throw away your money. You earn your money in an honest, sincere manner, pay all your taxes, and then do this wonderful work for which you have been sent. You have been sent to maximize yourself, to squeeze your life. When your life is no more, you should be, and I should be like that dried sugarcane. So I don't know whether I will retire in my life. I strongly believe when I leave this world, I will be still able to say, I died with my shoes on. I may not do a professional work, but certainly I shall be doing something to make this world a beautiful place. Because I strongly believe that I am part of that beautiful stuff. And I am the beautiful, and I must make my surrounding, my world a beautiful place. And for that, I need to maximize myself. Is it clear?
Clear.
So maximization is to start
Yes,
with.
sir.
And second is M-I-L-T. M is maximization. I is identification. Just now I told you, I identify myself as a son of God. I identify myself as a scoop from the eternal power, eternal energy, eternal love, eternal peace, eternal bliss. So I must identify myself. Chandra, just imagine that you 100% believe that you have all the power of the supreme nature. Tell me, what is that which you cannot accomplish? Understand? So we must identify. First, I must 100% believe. Chandra, have you got some knowledge of Lord Hanuman? Anjaneya?
Little bit, sir. I studied in Ramayana.
Ramayana, a little bit. Whatever little idea you have, suppose you get all the power of Anjaneya inside you. Tell me, what is that which you cannot do?
What? Sorry?
What is that which you cannot do?
You can do everything, sir.
You can do everything. But the beauty of Anjaneya is, he is honest, humble servant of
Rama.
Rama.
Lord Rama.
Lord Rama. It means, if whatever Chandra does as a servant of Lord Rama, you are making the Anjaneya inside alive. Am I making sense?
Yes.
Chandra, for a
So you
personal
say,
life,
so Bhaiya, you say that we,
what is that? Who's that? Rama? Tell me, Rama.
Bhaiya, so you say, that we have to work as the servants of God. We are the servants. We have to serve God.
Oh, yes. Yes.
But we don't do that.
Tell me.
Actually,
Tell me,
we
Rama.
don't do that.
No, your audio is
We
breaking.
don't do that. We don't serve him.
No, I don't want to use the word
Here is
we.
the
I don't
net
want to use the
connection
word.
problem.
I never want to use the word we. I is my life.
I. If I say I.
It does
I.
not matter whether the world.
So in this sense, I do not serve God.
No, that I won't know. That you will know.
Yes.
Only
Now
you
I
will
am
know.
clearly understood that I don't serve him. I just take him from granted.
Yeah. So
Yes.
this journey,
Today
whatever we
my
are.
all doubts are clear.
Pardon? Hello.
My all doubts are clear now.
Yeah. Okay. No, let's
My
not
doubts
say
are
about
clear, Bhaiya.
let's not say of the world and the other people, we. There is no we here in this self-actualization. There is no we in the journey of spiritual evolution. It is I, none. So we should not fall into the trap of generalities. I should only be concerned about this physical body, this mind, this intelligence, this very life, this very conscience, this very part of the whole. Okay, so M is maximization, I is no,
Identification.
identification. So I must identify this body is okay, mind is okay, intellect is okay, but the supreme consciousness which is making this, the mass tick and the work is the part of that total eternal energy. I must identify myself and I must allow that energy to flow inside me. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay.
So for a self-actualization, we are talking about maximization. And for me to maximize myself, I must identify myself with the supreme energy, to the supreme nature, to supreme love, to supreme peace, to supreme bliss, to supreme creative intelligence. Imagine all these things becomes your property. Whatever I'm saying, suppose it comes to you. There is nothing in this world which can stop you from becoming another Tata. It cannot stop you. You can be Tata of your own life. Now here I give you a Tata example, 85 to the world, 15 to him. Now have you read the story of Narayana Murthy? You must read his lifestyle. Now how much work they are doing for the world, for the society? Any one of you know?
No, sir.
You must see how these great people behave in this world. Have you heard the name of Asim Premji, Infosys boss?
You heard, sir.
Did you know how much money he donated to one big charity?
No.
I won't know the exact figures. It is in thousands of crores. Understand? So if you really want to maximize yourself, you must read a little life experiences of all these great people. So that's why they always used to say, read the history of these great people. So I want you to understand what Narayana Murthy is. No, he is no more a part of his company. But Narayana Murthy is totally involved. He and his wife are doing fantastic work, wonderful work. And there's another HCL boss.
Shivnadar.
Huh?
Shivnadar.
Shivnadar. You know how much wonderful work he's doing in UP?
Yes.
He has opened a huge, beautiful university for the poor people. Totally free. International education is being given there because they know for their own, is it that they are living a very, very ordinary life? They are enjoying life. They are living life beautifully. But then they know that God has given them so much. God has given them so much creativity, so much of energy, and they have all maximized their lives. And we all owe this to God. That God has given us this human life. We must maximize it. Otherwise, what is the fun? This beautiful life is given and it is wasted. What is the fun of wasting life? Life is not to be wasted. Life is to be consumed totally like a second candle. Okay, so maximization is done. for maximization to happen, we must have identification with the source of ours. And then the next letter is
L.
L. Guess it. By now you will guess it very easily.
Love.
Love. Absolutely love. And how can you think of making this world beautiful if you don't love the world? You must understand that you are part of the eternal love. And you are nothing but love. And my favorite quote is, love is the only way. Do you think it is possible to love the world totally and completely?
Possible.
No.
Huh?
No.
Yes or no?
No, bhaiya.
It's okay, no problem. I take it, whatever you say. Okay. My experiences, it is possible. But how it can be done? I can say a few words over it. Okay, I may not be able to love the world, but can we say that God loves the whole world?
Yes.
Can we say that?
Can say.
No, as a mother, okay, now a Kauravas has how many children?
5.
100. 100, no?
Mm.
Okay, now father and the mother of Kauravas loved all the children.
Yes.
We don't.
However bad they were, they loved them.
They love them.
Yeah, for we, some world may be ugly, some world is not right, some world is this, some world is that. But for the Father, Father loves the whole creation, Father loves the whole world, Father loves every human being. Is that understanding understandable?
Yes.
Understand us.
Understandable, no?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Rama, are you with me? Rama, are
Yes,
you with
sir.
me?
Yes, yes, bhaiya. I'm
This
with
much
you.
you understood? Okay.
Yes, bhaiya.
I say
Yes,
that
bhaiya.
I cannot love the whole world. For whatever reasons, I go by what you say. No, I say it is possible to love the whole world. I will tell you how. The easiest way to love the whole world is to pass on your love back to God. Anybody has gone to a disco?
Yes.
Anybody has gone to a disco?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, now when we go to a disco, or even if we have not gone to a disco, we would have seen a disco dance happening in a movie. Right?
Yes.
And in the
Yes.
center floor where the disco is happening, on top of the roof, what is there?
Lights.
No, there is a circulating huge ball.
What?
Huh?
Yes. Yes.
Normally, in the most of the discos, there is a revolving disc in the form of a huge ball with a small mirrors on it. The ball is revolving. There are lights coming from different directions. Okay. Now, where are the lights falling?
On the ball.
On the people dancing on the floor.
Yeah.
Okay. Most of these lights bounce back on the people dancing on the floor. Yes? Understood?
Understood.
Understood?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now imagine that ball is God and the light which is hitting onto the ball is my love. When my love hits that revolving ball, it will fall on everybody. That's the way I can love the whole creation and whole world. Rama? Rama? Rama is on mute. Are you understanding a simple example? Are you understanding?
Yes,
Huh? Hello?
Yes, Bhaiya. Yes, I am understanding.
You understood that?
Hello, Bhaiya. I have understood.
Yes.
Yes, Bhaiya.
Yes, because I have my human limitations of the mind. My mind is not totally purified. So I'm not able to feel so many people around me. I have not evolved to that level where I can accept what is happening in the world and the way people are behaving. I'm not able to accept them. So that gives me limitation that I cannot love the world. So under that, the idea is that I evolve myself to that level, that every Sunday, our scriptures always said, Sarve Jano Sukhino Bhavantu. What does it mean? Sarve Jano Sukhino Bhavantu. Let the whole world be happy. So it is a prayer given to us. It's not that, God, I want to be happy. Our scriptures always said, Sarve Jano Sukhino Bhavantu. Let every human being, the whole nature, all the animal kingdom, everything which is created by you, Sarve Jano Sukhino Bhavantu. So we have been given this scripture, we must totally believe into that. Till then, we must pass on our love to the God. So that's why we say, love Him first, then love the world. The easiest way of loving the world is to love Him. Is it clear?
Yes.
Clear.
Yes. So
Yes, Bhaiya.
on the path of self-actualization, maximization is the only way out. For us to maximize our life and consummate it totally, we must identify ourselves with the eternal peace and love and the energy, and we must saturate ourselves with that eternal love. And then last word is
T.
T. T comes for tuning. Tuning. I've used that word earlier also.
Frequency.
Yes, frequency. I must do whatever is needed in my whole sadhana. I must tune myself with only after identification that I am the love and love alone. I should tune myself with that love. Okay, so I want you to keep this minute in your life. Yes, self-actualization is possible when alone I maximize myself. For that, I must identify myself with the source. I must saturate myself with love and love alone. That's where your last satsangs, Hriday Brahman, will come into the picture. There cannot be an iota of a person in this world for whom I can afford to carry an envy and a hatred inside me. Otherwise, it is impossible for you to maximize yourself. It is not possible. It is not possible to my 5 friends and to me. It could be possible for the rest of the world. Rest of the world can believe that they can continue follow the life of the corrupt ways, wrong ways, manipulations, and then still be able to maximize themselves. It is not possible. The energy of the God cannot move through you. You will never be able to tune yourself unless there is, your heart is absolutely pure, which is overflowing only with love. I keep on talking about this word called love, and because I know beyond that, nothing is there. Beyond that, life makes no sense. Life is only is nonsense. We have been struggling throughout our life because we didn't understand. I didn't understand. It took me hell of a time. It took me hell of a time to understand that there is only way. Love is the only way. And then I must tune myself. I can find whatever way I want. Actually, I came back only in the morning from Bangalore. I was in the train in the night. So I decided that I will not miss satsang with my guys. My brother was saying, why not? Why? Tomorrow is Sunday, stay here. I told him I have another good work. So morning, 6:30, my train came, and 7:30, 7:45, I reached home. I had a quick cup of tea and then started making my little notes, freshen up myself. Okay, so idea is very simple. I tell people 100% honestly, life is very simple. We have put a lot of tangling. We have made it very complicated. If I can live only by these 4 letters, maximization of my life, identification myself with my true nature, and overflow myself with love, and remain tuned with the energy, then you will sing only the song of God. Chandra,
Yes, sir.
then we will only sing a song of
God.
supernature.
Super.
God.
Supernature.
Okay.
Okay, so with that, I end my satsang today. I had a wonderful feeling talking to you. It is so refreshing for myself.
We too had a wonderful feeling today.
Pardon?
For ourselves.
Yeah.
Sir,
So-
thank
For
you.
myself too.
Pardon?
Sir, thank you very much. You are taking
Thank
so
you
much
so much.
effort for very few people. You are very much sincere on your effort. So we are very
This is where I will use my favorite terminology. That is, I will pass on. You said something. What did you say, Chandra?
thank you very much for your sincere.
No, you said something, 2 words you told earlier.
I don't
Thank
know.
you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you doesn't belong here. Thank you
Okay.
goes there.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, it goes there. This thank you should not go into my head. I will become mad. I want to remain sane. Unless I have, see, I get, unless I get connected, I can't talk to you. And it is not me who can talk to you. So I cannot take those thanks, Chandra.
Okay.
Those thanks only belong there. Yeah, I'm only allowing myself to be used by him. And don't say there's only 5 sitting here. Every revolution starts with the one mind. Even one person is sitting with me on my Sunday, I shall do my work. Because it is his work. So what we are discussing, it cannot be discussed in the open forum, in the outer world. They are happy in their own world. Is it clear?
Clear, sir. Clear.
So, yes, I will pass on. Whenever you wish to say thank you, say thank you. I will pass on.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Anybody else? Shall we close it?
Close it, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very
Yes,
much.
we
Have
will.
a wonderful day.
Thank you so
Enjoy your
much.
life. Enjoy your
Thank you,
life.
Manjit ji.
And remain in tune.
Thank you so much.
And sing a song of
Thank you.
God. Sing a song of God.
Thanks for this.
Create
Thanks
a
for this opportunity, Manjit ji.
create a beautiful melody Your life
Yes.
will be a beautiful melody. A song which has never been sung. A song which has never been heard. But you have to hear that song and sing that song. Okay? So we have a wonderful work to do in this world. Our life is the greatest gift of the Creator. And when I leave this world, my God must say this. Thank you, my buddy. Thank you, my child. No, that will be a wonderful end of my life. That's what I'm seeking for. Thank you very much. God bless you. And
Thank you.
I love you. I love you all. Bye-bye.